You know, over the last few weeks, Jeb Bush, in favor of Common Core, weak on immigration, not good on military. Can you believe? Thought the Iraq war was a good thing. I mean, look, you can make a mistake. I was against it for a long time. I'm the most militaristic person in this room, but you have to know when to use it. You have to know when to use it. Think about it. We spend $2 trillion in Iraq. And by the way, China's taking out a lot of the oil, just so you understand. ISIS may have it, and Iran may have it, but China's taking out a lot of the oil. Can you imagine? We never do anything right with China. We spend $2 trillion, thousands of lives of great people, mostly great, young, beautiful people, wounded warriors who I love all over the place, all over the place. Not treated properly, by the way. And we have nothing. And Iran is taking over Iraq. And the parts that they want to give up, they're giving oil to ISIS. So ISIS has the oil. And you remember when I said you shouldn't go in, and in fact, just check it. Reuters wrote an article, big article, in 2004, that Trump, don't go in because you're going to ruin the balance. You had Iran and Iraq, they were the same. They were twins. They'd have wars for years, wars, boom. One goes this way, one goes that way, one. And I said, if you take out one, the other one's going to take over. Well, we took out one, and look at the mess we have. We've destabilized the Middle East, and it's a mess. And Jeb Bush he didn't know the difference. He couldn't answer a question. Was Iraq a good thing or a bad thing? It's all right to say they made a mistake. Finally, after going to his pollster, who he pays a fortune to, by the way, after 5 days, he said it was a bad thing. Okay, so let's accept that. That's okay. Then the other day, I'm watching, yesterday, and he's saying, well, we got Saddam Hussein out, didn't we? I mean, I'm not a fan of Saddam Hussein, but he ran the place, and he had no weapons of mass destruction. And now instead of Saddam Hussein, we have far more brutal. We have ISIS. And we will have Iran because they're already making deals. 2 weeks ago I read where the leaders of Iraq are visiting the leaders of Iran. What do we get out of this stuff? What do we get? We have stupid leadership. Now, if you remember, so I didn't want to go in, I was right. I didn't want to go in, I was right. But then we were in. And it was bad. And there were still bombings, but it was bad. But we're in. At some point, we have to go out, right? I mean, we can't stay there forever. We have to rebuild this country. We have to rebuild our country. You know, we have to. Our bridges are falling apart. Our roads are a mess. Our schools, our highways, everything. It's a mess. And who's better at infrastructure than Trump? Okay. Okay.